We back. Mike, paper, scissors.
Hey.
We all shake.
It's shaking.
Wait till we.
Ooh.
We back. Mike, paper, scissors. Crip.
LJ.
L Cool J. Kansas City Red. So start off. We want to give a shout out to my man Keto Nuts Promotions.
Hey.
He does the first Fridays at Pallet in Springfield.
First Friday of the month.
Yes. Brother does great work.
We appreciate
Promote
you,
some
brother.
good parties. I personally haven't been, but I've heard they've been dope.
I'm old. I be tired.
Yeah, me too.
You sleep by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, me too. But I'm rocking right now though.
What you rocking to? What you rocking to?
Damn. You know what?
Forgot?
But you know what's crazy? I switched. We was at Bust Down Tatiana, and then I switched to Tribe Called Quest Award Tour out of nowhere.
I like how you switched your channel, but nobody heard it but you. That's
yeah,
what
it's just me.
It was just in here.
So to get this party started, we're gonna get we're gonna get going with what y'all want to talk? You want to do Cardi? Let's talk about Cardi Cosby.
Cardi.
Let's talk about Cardi Cosby.
So let's back it up for the people. In case you live under a rock, this week, oh, don't shake it. Okay. In case you live under a rock, this week on social media, he's rapping. So this week it was released a 2-3-year-old. How old is
3-year-old video?
A 3-year-old live of Cardi describing some of her adventures pre-celebrity. And so some of the things she talked about. What'd she talk about? Run it. Somebody tell.
So she said that I just know what was said. She said that she used to, when she was a stripper, she would date guys or whatever, bring them back to the room, drug them, and rob them. Mm-hmm. And the guys said that they was waking up to like use condoms and their stuff was gone.
So Cardi,
she was out there like.
Cardi was still in the bird herself. She was still in the male bird.
So
the tables have turned.
Right.
Interesting.
So what you think, Lynette?
So it's interesting. So you guys are introducing a new element of it. So I thought she was robbing people.
Just robbing?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, I don't think that they were drugged. Like I don't know. I don't know if there's any proof that there's definitely proof that she was robbing them. But I mean, I guess there's not proof that she was having sex with him. But she could have drugged him, started sex. He could have been knocked out in the middle of it.
She had to have started sex.
So now you're having a newer conversation. So the conversation I heard was people were talking about her drugging people and robbing them.
And just robbing them.
That's what I thought.
Isn't that bad enough?
Exactly.
Or is it bad enough?
Are you asking if I care?
I'm asking. Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah.
I don't care.
Why don't you care?
Is this equivalent to the cause?
Is robbing people the equivalent of raping people? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
No. What else do you want to know? If she was sexually assaulting people, perhaps.
No. Hold on. Let's take it a step further.
People, perhaps.
Is drugging then robbing? Because I think that's different than a robbery. Drugging then robbing is a little different than a straight robbery.
Are you saying are you asking is drugging on my moral compass? Mm-hmm. Are drugging and robbing and drugging and raping on the same plane? Is that what you're asking me? Is that the question?
How far apart are they if they are apart?
They ain't even in the same book because I don't give a damn. I don't care. I really don't care about tricks getting robbed. I'm sorry.
There wasn't necessarily tricks.
They weren't?
I think.
Okay, so if they tricks,
help me
if they were tricks, then what were the women that Cosby was drugging?
I think that
you're asking if I care. If the question is,
some of these dudes are guys.
Care?
They're guys that thought that they picked her up, right?
Is she putting a double standard on it? Almost.
Are you asking if I care? It's the question. Do I care?
He actually.
Are you asking? Are you asking? Is it wrong to rob people? Yeah, it's against the law.
To drug and rob them.
Yeah, it's against the law. You probably shouldn't do it. Okay. If you're asking if I care, I don't. I'm not.
But why not? So
why would I care about this? I can't care about everything.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I still have the room. I don't have the capacity. I'm just not interested. Perhaps, if this were a bunch of victims. Would it be worse if it was
a man?
Would what be worse?
Would it be different if you found out that a man was drugging, maybe having sex with and robbing
like women with money?
Would I care?
Yeah, would you care?
I don't know. It has to be real for me to care. So I think I think it's
I'm gonna be honest. I think it would be different. I think it would feel different to me. Not that I don't think that the Cardi thing is bad, but if it was a dude doing that, it would feel different to me.
You know what surprises me a bit is the fake outrage. I don't think people really are that mad about it. I think it's something. It's like,
I don't think people are that mad about.
Why
anything.
aren't you mad about this? If you're mad about that, you should be mad about this.
It's because of the
pretend.
Cosby.
Yeah, but to be honest,
why is Cosby being brought up in this? Help me make the equation.
But
a
lot of people are making a comparison.
I've seen it, but I don't get it.
What about? Isn't it all fake outrage? How much do we really care about any of this shit?
We really don't.
No, some things I care about. Something and we pick and choose. So this is a great conversation because we pick and choose what we're mad at. Like R. Kelly, I'm mad at him for real. I think he's disgusting.
Oh, well, R. Kelly, that's different. He's a piece of shit.
Well, you're saying what are the things we are really mad at, and what are the things that it's just.
I think that some people that talked about. I think that some people are genuinely mad, and I think there's some fake outrage.
Sure.
I think that there's fake outrage with anything that happens.
I think that exists. That's what I'm telling you right now. I don't care that Cardi robbed somebody before she was famous. 3 people, 5 people, $5,000 jewelry. Okay. They're embarrassed. I just don't care. If you're asking whether it's wrong or not, yes, it's wrong to steal. Does this? Am I going to pick it? Am I going to, mute
Listen, man,
Cardi B?
She did it. It was 3 years ago. She's grown as a person. She's trademarking words. Whatever. It's over.
All that grow as
Cardi, do your thing.
For all of that, you could dig up anything and then be like, oh, they grew as a person.
But I feel like that's standard hip hop culture. People bragging about the hood shit they did. They robbed, they shot, they killed, they sold drugs, they did criminal things.
Yeah, so it fits.
So to me, in my mind, I think that it's what surprised me was how upset people were about this. And so I was like, well, what? So I'm like, what am I missing? So if she was assaulting people sexually, that's different. That pushes it into another category. I didn't. That's new data for me.
I mean, I would think that some people. Well, see, I think there's two. Cardi B is Cardi B, but she ain't Bill Cosby. You know what I mean? So her news is gonna hit different than Bill Cosby's anyway. So, like, I think that
because of the drugs? Is that the connection they're making to Bill Cosby because she was drugging people?
Well, no. I think
that's where the connection comes in.
Okay, I was just
like,
what?
Drugging.
Why is Bill Cosby being brought into this?
Yeah, because of the drugging.
Yeah. Because it's almost like the same thing.
So Bill Cosby is a serial rapist.
Yeah.
So this just seems different to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Because the way I feel about her is kind of the way I feel about the cause, right? If somebody decides that they want to make a case of this, and if they was like, well, should she get jail time? And I'd be like, well, like that's what's out there for that. You know what I mean? That's how I felt about the cause too. Like I it's illegal. You know, it's illegal when you was doing it. You know, it's whatever, and you was doing it. I mean, there's no other punishment that a person can give them. Right. I didn't cancel the cause. I'm not canceling Cardi. Cardi still got the same amount of respect that she had from me yesterday, to be honest.
I don't know. You're losing me. Because I think there's different. There's illegal, and then there's criminal, and then there's like
all this shit. This shit is wrong. It's just wrong.
But
That's
I don't know. I think there's.
You don't know. It's wrong.
Not black to rob people. Yeah, I mean you shouldn't rob people.
She drugged them, robbed them. Oh, it's wrong. Cause robbed them and.
It's not on the same page.
Took some strains.
No, he raped them. He was a serial rapist. That's sick.
So right, because he's sick. Like maybe he's more of there's more of a mental thing.
She's a serial robber.
Here's the thing. Here's the difference.
Cardi's got some mental things going on.
No. And you guys know it's not. No. You know it's not because the reason we rank these things differently is because robbery is usually.
Out of necessity.
It's a socioeconomic need. Like that's not the same as raping people. If you steal my car, that's not going to lead me to trauma and years of therapy I'm not gonna have to.
Hold on, no.
Just get a new car.
You can't make that judgment though.
About stealing my car, I can make that judgment.
Not about someone else though. If you can't, you wouldn't be able to tell me how I should feel if I got robbed at gunpoint.
These people weren't robbed at gunpoint. They were passed out. They woke up and their shit was gone.
Yeah, they could have been traumatized.
Perhaps. I don't think it's the same as. I don't think it's the same as a sexual assault.
We're not gonna get nowhere with this. We're not gonna get nowhere with this.
I'm just not. I'm not having the Cosby
blood
like
issues.
it's just bad. They both did bad things. There are good people on both sides. Issues. No, one is
that was a good Trump quote.
Horrible. You like that?
Yeah. Why you say his name, man? Come on.
Yeah, no.
All right, we're off this.
I'm shaking. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Hey, showed his black ass.
Yeah.
They forget he's black.
So we talked about this.
I think everybody does.
He tweeted, he tweeted about, the docuseries on BET, the Injustice one. And I think white America was like, hold up. We thought you was with us.
Yeah.
They forgot. So The Rock is racially ambiguous, but what we know is he got a big black daddy, right? He's a household name. He's had a tremendous career. And he really isn't known for politics and really taking a big vocal stand on things. So what did he do? What did he share? Say it again.
He tweeted out about the docuseries, the Injustice, Social Injustice, whatever's on BET.
Which someone that he's involved with helped produce it.
Yeah.
Or something like that too, on top of all of that.
So he catches a backlash because I guess people feel like he shouldn't jump into the arena of speaking on injustice. Like, why not? He's black.
They called him like a liberal.
White America may not think he's black, but he's black.
It confuses people. So people who are fans of his art get to think of him in this isolated way as just this actor, artist, good-looking bodybuilder dude, right? Mm-hmm. And then he just reminded his fan base, and I'm also a Negro. And
we talked about that, how they tend to forget real quick because of the roles he plays. They
don't have to consider it until he shows the human side. Mm-hmm. So he's not The Rock. This is Dwayne.
Mm-hmm. Right.
His daddy named him Dwayne. This is Dwayne. So Dwayne shares this tweet that gives you an opening into what he feels and what he thinks and some of his political views in social injustice.
And this really isn't the first time either because he was rumored to think about running for president as whatever.
Was that a rumor from him or rumor from like?
I think it was rumor period, and I think that people thought that he would run as Republican. Also.
Interesting, and he might still could. Like there are people who knows. But I think people didn't want to have to think of him this way. It's like, I didn't want to have to look at you as a black guy.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Yeah, and I didn't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that from you.
Because Chrissy brought up some good points. Like when he was in wrestling, you didn't put a color on him. Like you just saw the Rock.
In the very, 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 very beginning. Like because he looks, and there's so many like Samoan wrestlers or whatever, and he wasn't like there are wrestlers who are clearly black, like Booker T.
Booker T. black as hell.
Harlem Heat, and they actually said the N-word one time on TV.
I saw it, yeah.
There's Coco Beware. He used to come down. He was like Prince and what was Prince's boys the group that they had? The Time. Yeah. He looked like he was from The Time. You know what I mean? The way he danced and all of that.
That's real black.
Junkyard Dog. You know what I mean? But The Rock, they did have him in one. He was in the Nation of Domination, and they were like a militant, like black group. But he wasn't, and that's when he was a bad guy. He wasn't there long. But then he blew up and just ended up.
That was before he was household name.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If you look at his movies, like he's never been in a real black role, if that's what you want to call it. Like he was in Why Did I Get Married when he was. Remember when he met Janet at the end? After her husband passed away.
Oh, see? And he's like an end.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So he's in Ballers, but you don't look at him as a black dude in Ballers. Like you just look at him as
I don't know if I look at him as a black dude.
I do, but I can see where people pretend they don't see it. His name's Dwayne Johnson. For goodness sakes.
But I don't pretend. I just don't actually. I know that he's half black, or I know that he's black, but it just doesn't always pop out. Like this, what I was saying earlier. Like when he was the champion, right? Like he might have been well, if he wasn't the first, then he's only, like, I can think of him being a champion, Booker T. There were not a lot of black champions. I didn't go like, yo, there's a black champion and have that moment. You know what I mean for that. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
Because his blackness doesn't stand in front of him. He kind of plays it down. He rolls with the racial ambiguous. That's his business. He, this is what he looks like. This is who he is. He's mixed. But I think that's what's at the root of it. It wasn't what he said. It's what it reminded people of. It's like, you're black. You're a black hero. The social justice. I feel like it's a sly way of calling him a nigger, basically. It was my interpretation.
Well, now, Rock, I need you to star in what black biography hasn't been made that The Rock should
who's a big old light-skinned famous person?
He brown skin.
He's brown.
Somebody brown.
I don't know. Like if they made a slave movie, could he?
No,
play
man.
A slave?
No. First of all,
let's
not put him in the damn slave
I'm just throwing it out there. If they made a slave movie, could he play a slave?
He could be a mixed one.
Yeah, he could be a mixed one.
Yeah.
Like Halle Berry and Queen?
Yeah.
Nah, but they made Halle Berry lighter in that joint too. Like
in Queen?
Yeah, that wasn't even Halle Berry's natural complexion. Right. I felt like when she did that.
I remember when we first met Halle Berry, like in Woo or not Woo.
No,
Boomerang.
she did Strictly Business.
Strictly Business.
Yeah.
I did not know she was biracial. I feel like that
came
out later.
I
was like, oh, you got a white mama? I didn't know. So we know there's lots of ways to.
You know what? You just reminded me of that.
Yeah, you forget. You forget.
I mean, it's a black movie. I don't even know if you saw it.
What?
Oh.
Strictly Business?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
There wasn't no slaves in it, though. He watched it. There wasn't no slavery. There was no slavery.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean,
Tommy Davis and and homie from Martin. Yeah,
that's a fair question.
I like that movie
because there's a lot of black movies. Tracy,
no, there's a lot of
Tracy. I know there's a black movie that he didn't see.
What? Which one?
Shit, I don't know.
We're gonna give him a weekly assignment. What you ain't seen?
What?
What's
what
on
you
the
think
list?
I ain't seen? If it's a slave movie, I ain't seen it. We was just talking earlier.
You seen Straight Outta Brooklyn?
Straight Outta Brooklyn? Nope, I ain't seen that.
That's way before your time.
Come on, man.
That was like that was Matty Rich back in like 91.
Nah, I ain't seen all of that.
He was just a baby.
Yeah, man. Don't hit me with those.
They got Netflix, Hulu. You can watch all that.
Nah,
shit.
I don't need to go and watch all the black movies. Nah, I'm watching.
So you don't watch black?
I care about
you don't watch the Three the Hard Way, Raisins in the Sun, like those old black story black.
Nah, I ain't gone back in all of those. But like blaxploitation, especially that. I'm kind of weird about blaxploitation.
You see Vampire in Brooklyn?
Nah, Eddie Murphy is a nah.
I saw bits and pieces of that. Nah. I think the importance of some of these things are just the cultural references. So if we make a quick reference, you want to be able to pull it out.
Yeah, that's cool.
What's the movie? Some guy I was dating made me watch it.
She said made.
Well, really encouraged. Like, it was like, oh, you ain't seen that? Come on.
Right,
like, it was. I was like, okay, I didn't really care.
Right.
What's the movie where they say, people die every day, beat niggas get shot
every day?
Paid in Full.
Yeah.
That's a hood classic.
Yeah, but it was. It didn't feel necessary.
I seen Paid in Full.
And so, but
a lot of times.
I love that movie. I'm impressed.
I had not. So
You're impressed?
I have now, but I had not.
First of all, that's hip hop. That's Dame Dash. That's Cameron. That's my era. You shouldn't be impressed by that.
Okay.
That time period?
Did he just surpass me in the blackness meter?
Yup, I might.
I don't know. I
Listen, how many times have you seen Menace to Society? How many words do you know from Boys in the Hood?
Boys in the Hood, I've seen multiple times.
I've seen probably each one of them maybe 53 times.
What about
you have
Don't
not
Be
seen
a
Menace
Menace
to Society 53 times.
I've seen Don't Be a Menace.
I've seen Menace to Society.
I've seen Menace to Society more than 53.
Maybe 27.
It's probably in the hundreds.
What up, you? 100. I've seen it 111 times.
Yeah, 100.
I don't watch Men's Society, man.
House
that's
Party.
different.
Yeah,
Men's Society, I can't watch. It's just sad, man.
It's sad. Boys in the Hood is sad. All those things.
Damn, they shot Kane's cousin Harold, man.
Yeah, I know. Shit was crazy, man. Niggas die every day. Niggas shot every day, B. You be alright.
And I thought Jada was gonna have a good life with old boy.
Alright.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
It ain't
Kane,
out.
Man.
All right.
Remember how Kane just that girl? He said he had the Jimmy on extra tight.
Extra tight, man. He ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump. I ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump, man. Yeah, man.
So
what else we got?
We got our next cultural appropriation.
You smell what The Rock is cooking.
Cultural appropriation.
What that mean? Somebody break that down.
That means
I hate the term. So
you hate it? Why do you hate it? Why do you hate it?
Because it's overused and it ends up being kind of cliched.
I do think it's overused.
Like there's some instances like because it's supposed to be when you.
So did Miley Cyrus use a cultural appropriation?
Listen, it wasn't from. I don't want to, as the black culture, take credit for twerking. That came from stripping. That let's give it to you know what I mean. So did she appropriate?
Are you saying twerking culture? Is not black?
Nah, I'm not. Well, but listen, yo. So my mama gotta take credit for twerking.
It's not that. You're saying.
I mean, yeah, they were black strippers.
You're saying it like there's some shame to twerking. Like this isn't something to celebrate. That this
listen,
isn't
but the way that Miley Cyrus was doing
twerking is an art.
Miley Cyrus was not twerking.
Whatever she was doing,
wiggling
right?
her back.
Listen, she got some kind of but she got some kind of like notoriety for me. I want to take the notoriety away. I want to say, why do we even care? Why is that like a thing? Like twerking's been happening since way before my.
I don't think it's about the twerking. Is just one thing. It's about grasping at pieces of popular black culture and putting it
like
on,
this.
Yeah, and demonstrating.
Well, don't you think? Don't you think enough shit has been stolen from us?
Everything.
Yeah, but hold up. There's certain things that may be calculated, right? So somebody might go and say, "Yo, you see that thing that they do? I'm taking that, right?" I don't think that that's what Miley did. I think that Miley Cyrus was really a fan of black culture.
I agree.
And then you know what I mean, and then put that into who she was. You know what I mean?
Probably like
so is that technically
is it wrong?
Cultural appropriation? I'm really not sure.
Misappropriation.
I don't think it's wrong. I think there are things that are hard to hold on to, but I do think there are gatekeepers and there are people who let them in and shine a camera on it. So I feel like I get annoyed when we see a white woman African dancing and we're like, "Oh, look at her," and I'm like, "I just saw 42 black women doing the same thing."
But who does that? Who says, "Ooh, look at her"? Because I don't care about her doing it.
But people care.
You're one dude.
I guess
so.
But the thing is, whenever a white person can sing like a black person, it's phenomenal. Like Justin Timberlake, he's cool. But
what's the other? Sam Smith, whatever.
Yeah.
That boy good.
I mean, that shit been happening since what's homie? What you gonna do for love?
Bobby.
Right, Bobby. My cousin Caldwell. My cousin be turning on what's his name? Homie McDonald. I called him McDonald. I don't know.
That's Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald. You know what I mean?
That's just some soulful ass white dude.
Yeah.
John B.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
so there's. I think it's not that it's wrong. It's just. I think just credit. I think it's just annoying to see people
do that too. Like, yo, that
we do.
No, Chris, yeah. I'll give you an example. I was on Instagram. I don't know if you follow.
So why do we do that then?
I follow.
I don't do that.
I follow comedian Godfrey, and he posted a video of he was in the mall and some white kids had on do-rags.
Oh, I think I saw that one.
Why they have on do-rags?
Because they're fans of black culture.
Y'all make everything look delicious.
Yeah, they're fans of black culture. That's why. So that they put on
you wouldn't consider that a form of cultural appropriation?
Well, no, because they're not making any money off. I think that the actual definition has to do with some kind of monetary.
No, because now he posted it with these white kids, and more white kids see it and start running around with do-rags.
Well, that's hip-hop culture. I mean, it's influence. That's different.
A do-rag ain't hip-hop culture.
But I'm saying that's what happens with hip-hop culture. Like, you hear things, you see things, you admire, you put it popular. On. I think it's more what Creamy's saying when somebody's getting paid off of it. Like, somebody's showing up with cornrows and door knocker earrings.
So you're talking about the Kardashians.
Yes, that's a good example. Like, when they were the Kardashians and they get some kind of different credit when, especially with hair, with black women, the struggles, you know what I mean,
and
of being having hair being accepted.
High fashion, like
exactly.
Look at this.
Nah,
is so
man,
innovative.
that's cornrows.
And they start calling them things like boxer
something
braids.
Different, right? Like that's weirdo stuff. Like
as you see, they thickened out their lips.
They look. If I had gone to sleep and woke up and saw the Kardashians today, I would think they was some mixed race family.
But they're not white though. Well, they're Armenian, so they're
not white.
Is it? It's not white, right?
I'm asking. That's not white.
What is it? I don't know.
I would say it's white. I mean, it's
what makes
I don't
them
know.
not
Are they European?
Well,
where Armenia at?
The white that we usually end up like it's like that's not the white that
it's on the European side.
There's light there are light people all over the world, right? But I don't think that like a Middle Eastern light person, I think you are going to identify them. You're going to say that they're Arab. You're going to say that they're from Iraq. You're going to say that they're Albanian. You're not necessarily going to say like they're white. I don't know. Not me, at least. I think it's different.
What do you think they identify? What do they identify as?
Their values are so different that to me it separates.
What do they identify
do you think
as?
They don't call
Armenian.
They don't call themselves white.
Why? I wouldn't. I don't know. What do they call themselves? I would say I'm Armenian. I know an Armenian girl.
What race is their mother?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll put money on it.
One of them.
I'll put money on they choose the white side.
So they're white and Armenian.
White is the race. Armenian is the
white
ethnicity.
Is the color.
So you're saying there's no race? Are you one of the, there's
well,
no
you know,
race,
colors are
I'm kind of no. But I am from this place though, right? Okay, like what's really black? Like to say, how do you define
color?
Black
is a made up construct.
Right, phenotype and xenotype. It's both. It's blood and it's aesthetic.
But isn't it though? But aren't you like, okay, like, but we came from somewhere. Like, I think black is more culture. Because we came from somewhere. You have a background. Your people came from a place. So you might be Nigerian. I might be like
black. I hear you. But
I think it's two different
somewhere
things. Different
I think there's nationality, there's ethnicity, and there's race. And race is black. So whether it's a social construct, so are manners, so is wealth. It's there are things that we created and gave value to, but it does exist. So black is not an imaginary thing. White is not an imaginary thing. The Kardashians are white folks. Kardashians are white people.
So Chris, let me ask you this. Do you feel...
I feel like I can fight, but
so you don't believe in cultural appropriation? You don't feel like they do it?
Yeah, no. I believe
they definitely do.
I believe that there is a thing called cultural appropriation. I think that
it's
not only black folks that it happens to. You know what I mean? There's other cultures. There's a lot of instances.
But it happens to us the most because
not really.
Yes, during Halloween, it is.
During Halloween. Dude. I see it happen to everybody. Every costume gets criticized now. You cannot dress up as an Indian.
Back in the day, that was acceptable.
Yeah,
that was not
back in the day, dressing up as
we're woker than we used to be.
Yeah, but back in the day, there's a lot of things that was.
That's because
it's a Halloween costume. It's something that someone's making money off of. It's cultural appropriation. Dressing up as an Indian or dressing up as a pilgrim. Not so much that the pilgrim is cultural appropriation, but it's whack.
Pilgrim.
People have. Have they not?
Probably. That's corny.
Yeah,
that's mad corny.
It is corny.
You getting the whack candy.
Yeah.
Like, what is
little corn things, huh?
What is this? Candy corn.
We didn't even mention why we were talking about this. The commercial.
Were we? I don't even remember.
The news.
The news.
That was so.
It was on Facebook. One of the news channels
in Toledo, right? It was Toledo, Ohio.
Started using I don't know, you want to call it urban
slang? I think it was like a promo, and they were supposed to be, it was like, they must be in some college area because they were saying something about the college kids going out for their test or whatever, and they was trying to use
they were trying to be
an extreme amount of slang.
They were saying lit,
fleek,
bye Felicia,
yeet,
and then they, whatever that's called. Whatever.
Yeah. It was super corny. It was whack.
What they say about the weather?
They said Did they said it was
a honey pea?
Turn.
A honey pea?
Yeah. They said the weather's turned.
Back to you, Chris. Something like that.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you. I felt like that. That was so corny. It reminded me of like when your high school teachers used to do like the talent show. Like they'd all get together and do a dance routine and try to throw in a few dance moves. So it's just corny. Maybe we can share it on the page. So people,
was that cultural? I don't know if that was cultural appropriation or if that was just whack.
I think it was just whack.
Yeah.
I think it was just whack.
Yeah.
I think it was just corny. And it was so corny, I could see kids appreciating it. So if it was, I don't know.
Right, because they would see it and just kind of like, I don't know.
It's so corny.
Yeah. Look at the news people. They're trying to be relatable. Like, I don't know. It was whack. It was super whack. You should watch it though because it was whack in a funny way.
We'll share it on the page.
It was disgusting. Whack.
Yeah.
Like you watch it and you just laugh because like I didn't know some shit could be this corny.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
See, I'm not sure if that is.
No, that's not culture. It's.
I mean, if you wanna, I think you got to pick a culture to say. But I think that a lot of those words, there were a lot of words used that come from Black culture that made it to like pop, corny, almost
right,
like millennial kind of culture or whatever too.
I'm leaning towards your definition. If you're making money, if you're profiting off of something, and the reason it's exciting is because you are not Black and you're doing it, or you're not Asian and you're doing it, or you're not East Indian and you're doing this thing, and that makes it more interesting. I mean, this is why we have Elvis.
And then you're not acknowledging the person either,
right? And you're not giving credit.
Where it
like you're not
from.
opening up with, I am just an appreciator of this culture.
Okay,
I spent
like
3 months.
Go back to
in this community.
Go back to like when hip hop was in its raw form, and this breakdancing, and you think about how big hip hop culture is over in like Japan and China. That's not a form of a cultural appropriation.
Nah,
I think that's influence, and I think it's influence. Like we can't stop, and I don't know if we want to stop the influence that Black people, the hip hop culture, like hip hop is one of those things that is inexplicably Black. The roots of hip hop are Black. Even the way it moves is Black, and every time it keeps growing and graduating, it's Black, it's Black, it's Black. There are white people who touch it, there are Asian people who touch it, there are people who emulate it, and there are plenty of non-Black people eating off the table of hip hop. Like we know there are people who are a whole bunch of people, but it is Black at its core, it's Black at its root, and so it is what it is. I'm not mad at influence. I'm not mad when I see white people rocking out to Black music. I'm not mad at them emulating style. I think it's only annoying when they are credited as if they have created it.
Right.
When they are making money off it. When they took a dance class from this Black woman, now they're doing the dance routine and they're celebrities. And
that's like
I think it's annoying also when they're able to, like Eminem, like he's been able to do things in rap that up until that point hadn't been done, and there were like 8 million other dudes that I'd much rather see, you know what I mean?
But it was phenomenal because, it's phenomenal for two reasons. Number one, I'm not a fan, but I can't knock his gift. He's amazing with words. So number one,
lyrically he's dope.
Lyrically he's dope. I'm just not a fan. I don't like his voice. But
I think he's a white Tretch. Think about it. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like he's influenced by, but I think that he really resembles Tretch. But Tretch can't rap about the things that he raps about, like running outside.
Because it would be so corny that nobody would.
One thing about M sounds dope on everybody else's shit, but his own.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
He was dope on Renegade.
Yeah, he was dope on Renegade. So what?
He has bars, but it's more impressive because he's a white dude. We know that. That's what makes it most interesting.
And then because then the white fans, so now his music sells out the gate. You can't do nothing about it. You can't
argue about it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I'm not gonna lie. It just annoys me just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
look.
I mean, I guess you can't. There's no control over it because it only makes mathematical sense, but it annoys me a little bit.
Right.
Like, somebody. So you come in the room and all of a sudden you're telling me. You know what I mean?
About hip hop.
But
you know what I mean?
Right.
The flip side to this is we're the creator of damn near everything, so. I understand people gravitating towards us. We create dope shit and people want to get
delicious.
Right.
We do.
So
we really do.
I kind of can understand it to a degree, but like Lynette said, when you try to claim credit, then now we have a problem.
Like
Yeah. I mean, but there's other things like he's so great. I don't know, man. No. Like top 10 rappers, Eminem. Really? You want to put him there?
I'm not a hard enough hip hop head to even participate in those, but no.
Do you want to put him there?
If we're going by album sales, I'm going by sales.
No.
album sales.
We'll save this for when we do the.
Where do you want to put them?
When we do the hip hop segment.
I know I am in the minority on this one.
We can
We're
discuss
gonna have a hip hop segment. That's fine.
We're gonna do a hip hop segment.
All right.
And I'm working on who I want to bring on, because when we talk hip hop, I just cannot bring anybody on. Because I don't value everybody's opinion in
you
hip-hop.
already got me, and I'm about to sit here and you think I'm about to just head. Automatically hardcore and
you can interject with your layered thoughts about it.
I'll throw in some knowledge, make y'all think I know something.
Bust down, Tatiana.
You know what?
Bust down, Tatiana.
I got some homework to do, so we're gonna cut this shit short.
Bust down, Tatiana.
My question for you.
Bust down, Tatiana.
Did we solve the world's problems?
What you think? Did we do it?
Nope.
Nah, not yet. But it's coming.
We gave it. This is 12
Soon
tries.
come.
This is our 12th try.
Episode 12.
Yeah, this is our 12th
Pink
try.
those dope hats. They got Lynette got the trucker joint. Chris got the snapback.
It's on one of the last snaps too, because my head.
Listen, if all y'all gotta do is hit either one of any of us up. Have them. Sweatshirts, t-shirts. Don't go on there and ask, how can I get one? Just hit one of us up, and it'll happen. Boom.
Call me now.